Good evening. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Pro Wrestling Talk video brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the YouTube. The Tube. I'm your host, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. So, the G1 Climax block matches are starting to wind down to the final set of matches for all four blocks. So, gonna go over the current standings and go over some scenarios, some win scenarios for each of the wrestlers, and then gonna give a little quick preview because we got another tournament getting ready to start this weekend in the form of Pro Wrestling Noah's N-1 Victory Tournament. That's right. So, got quite a good bit to talk about in this video. So first off, G1 Climax, and then we'll finish off with N1 Victory Tournament. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a dive into the current standings as we get ready to go into these final block matches to finish up the blocks and then get ready for the winner's block. So, let's go ahead and get started as usual with Block A. Here we go. Okay. So Block A. Here's what we have. So sitting at the bottom right now, we got two individuals with 4 points apiece, which are Chase Owens and Ren Narita. So let's take a look at Ren Narita. Ren Narita right now has a record of 1-3-2. He's got the one victory over Chase Owens, but he's got 3 losses to Sanada, Hikuleo, and Gabe Kidd, and 2 draws against Shota Umino and Yota Tsuji. And then Chase Owens, he has a record of 2-4. He's got victories over Hikuleo, Gabe Kidd, and losses to Kaito Kiyomiya, Yota Tsuji, Shota Umino, and Ren Narita. Okay, we got 2 competitors with 5 points apiece, which are Yota Tsuji and Gabe Kidd. Let's look at Gabe Kidd. Gabe Kidd has a record of 2-3-1. He's got 2 victories over Hikuleo and Ren Narita. He's got 3 losses to Sanada, Chase Owens, and Shota Umino. And he has the 1 draw to Kaito Kiyomiya. Okay, and then Yota Tsuji has got a record of 2-3-1. He's got the victories over Chase Owens, Shota Umino, the 3 losses to Sanada, Kaito Kiyomiya, and Hikuleo, and he's got the 1 draw with Ren Narita. Okay. And then we got 3 competitors with 6 points apiece, which are Hikuleo, Shota Umino, and Kaito Kiyomiya. So Kaito Kiyomiya, he's got a record of 2-2-2. 2-2-2. 2 wins over Chase Owens and Yota Tsuji, 2 losses to Sanada and Hikuleo, and 2 draws with Shota Umino and Gabe Kidd. Alright. Shota Umino, same record, 2-2-2. He's got victories over Chase Owens, Gabe Kidd, losses to Sanada and Yota Tsuji, and the 2 draws with Ren Narita and Kaito Kiyomiya. All right, and then Hikuleo. Hikuleo has a record of 3-3. He's got 3 victories over Ren Narita, Yota Tsuji, and Kaito Kiyomiya, and 3 losses to Sanada, Chase Owens, and Gabe Kidd. And then sitting at the top, undefeated, with 12 points and already punched his ticket to the winner's block, is Sanada. Sanada has a record of 6-0. He has victories over Hikuleo, Ren Narita, Shota Umino, Yota Tsuji, Gabe Kidd, and Sanada. Or excuse me, and Kaito Kiyomiya. What am I saying? And like I said, everybody has 1 match left. Everybody has one match left. But yeah, this is your A block so far. Sanada has qualified, so they're still waiting. They still need that second wrestler to qualify. So that's how the A block is looking. All right, let's go to the B block. Okay, for the B block, we got 3 competitors sitting at the bottom with 4 points apiece, which all 3 of them are mathematically eliminated, and that's Yoshihashi, Kenta, and Great-O-Khan. Let's take a look at Great-O-Khan. He has a record of 2-4 with victories over Yoshihashi and El Phantasmo, but losses to Okada, Kenta, Will Ospreay, and Tangaloa. All right, Kenta, same record, 2-4, victories over Taichi and Great-O-Khan, but losses to Okada, Will Ospreay, Tangaloa, and ELP. All right, Yoshihashi, record of 2-4, victories over Tangaloa and El Phantasmo, but losses to Okada, Taichi, Great-O-Khan, and Will Ospreay. But as I said, all 3 of them are mathematically eliminated, so they have no chance of advancing. Okay, we have 3 competitors with 6 points apiece, which are Taichi, Tangaloa, and El Phantasmo. Let's look at El Phantasmo. Right now he has a record of 3-3 with victories over Taichi, Kenta, and Tangaloa, but losses to Okada, Yoshihashi, and Great-O-Khan. All right, Tangaloa, 3-3 as well. Victories over Kenta, Great-O-Khan, Will Ospreay, but losses to Yoshihashi, Taichi, and El Phantasmo. And then Taichi, same record, 3-3. Victories over Yoshihashi, Will Ospreay, and Tangaloa, but losses to Okada, Kenta, and El Phantasmo. All right, we got 1 competitor that has 8 points, and that is Will Ospreay. Let's take a look at Will Ospreay. He has a record of 4-2 with victories over Okada, Yoshihashi, Kenta, and Great-O-Khan, but losses to Taichi and Tangaloa. And then sitting at the top with 10 points, who has punched his ticket to the winner's block already, and that's Kazuchika Okada, who has a record of 5-1. He's got victories over Yoshihashi, Taichi, Kenta, Great-O-Khan, and El Phantasmo, but he has the 1 loss to Will Ospreay. So Okada has punched his ticket, so he is set for the winner's block, but still need that second competitor, and Will Ospreay's in second place. So when it comes down to it, if he can finish strong, then get this last win, then he should be good. But anyway, that's the B block. All right, let's go to the C block. Okay, for the C block, we have one competitor at the bottom with 2 points, and that's Tomohiro Ishii. Such a bummer. He has a record of 1-5. He's got the 1 victory over Eddie Kingston, and then 5 losses to David Finlay, Evil, Tama Tonga, Shingo, and Aaron Hanare. And he is mathematically eliminated. Okay? We got 2 competitors with 4 points apiece that are also mathematically eliminated, which are Aaron Hanare and Mikey Nichols. So let's take a look at Mikey Nichols. He has a record of 2-4 with victories over Evil and Aaron Hanare, but losses to David Finlay, Tama Tonga, Shingo, and Eddie Kingston. All right, Aaron Hanare, same record, 2-4, victories over Tomohiro Ishii and Shingo, but losses to David Finlay, Evil, Eddie Kingston, and Mikey Nichols. And as I said, both of them are mathematically eliminated. They have no chance. Okay, we have 2 competitors sitting at 7 points apiece, which are Tama Tonga and Shingo Takagi. Let's look at Shingo. Shingo has a record of 3-2-1 with victories over David Finlay, Tomohiro Ishii, and Mikey Nichols, losses to Aaron Hanare and Eddie Kingston, and then the 1 draw with Tama Tonga. And then Tama Tonga, same record, 3-2-1, with victories over David Finlay, Tomohiro Ishii, and Mikey Nichols, losses to Evil and Eddie Kingston, but the 1 draw with Shingo Takagi. And then, sitting at the top, we have a 3-way tie of 8 points apiece, which are David Finlay, Evil, and Eddie Kingston. So let's take a look at Eddie Kingston. He has a record of 4-2 with victories over Tama Tonga, Shingo Takagi, Aaron Hanare, and Mikey Nichols, but losses to Tomohiro Ishii and Evil. Okay. Let's take a look at Evil. Evil, 4-2, with victories over Tomohiro Ishii, Tama Tonga, Aaron Hanare, and Eddie Kingston, but losses to Mikey Nichols and David Finlay. And then David Finlay, 4-2, victories over Ishii, Evil, Aaron Hanare, Mikey Nichols, but losses to Tama Tonga and Shingo. So it's pretty tight at the top between David Finlay, Evil, and Eddie Kingston, but let's not lose track of Tama Tonga and Shingo. So C block is going to be very interesting. Really, really interesting. All right. And finally, the D block. Okay, so for the D block, 1 second. Sorry about that. Okay, for the D block, so sitting at the bottom, we got 3 competitors with 4 points apiece, who are, all 3 of them, mathematically eliminated. And they are Toru Yano, Shane Hayes, and Alex Coughlin. Let's take a look at Alex Coughlin. He's got a record of 2-4, victories over Hiroshi Tanahashi and Hiroki Goto, but losses to Naito, Zack Sabre Jr., Jeff Cobb, and Shane Haste. Okay? Shane Haste. Also 2-4, victories over Naito and Alex Coughlin, and then losses to Tanahashi, Goto, Zack Sabre Jr., and Toru Yano. And then Toru Yano, 2-4, victories over Jeff Cobb and Shane Haste, but losses to Tanahashi, Naito, Goto, and Zack Sabre Jr. Okay. We got two competitors with 6 points apiece, which are Hiroshi Tanahashi and Hiroki Goto. Let's take a look at Goto. Goto has a record of 3-3 with victories over Toru Yano, Jeff Cobb, and Shane Haste, but losses to Tanahashi, Naito, and Alex Coughlin. And then the ace, Hiroshi Tanahashi, 3-3, victories over Goto, Toru Yano, and Shane Haste, but losses to Zack Sabre Jr., Jeff Cobb, and Alex Coughlin. And then we have a three-way tie at the top with 8 points apiece. And that's Tetsuya Naito, Zack Sabre Jr., and Jeff Cobb. Let's look at Jeff Cobb. Right now he's got a record of 4-2 with victories over Tanahashi, Naito, Zack Sabre Jr., and Alex Coughlin, but losses to Goto and Yano. All right, Zack Sabre Jr., also 4-2 with victories over Tanahashi, Yano, Shane Haste, and Alex Coughlin, but has losses to Naito and Jeff Cobb. And then Tetsuya Naito, 4-2 with victories over Goto, Zack Sabre Jr., Yano, and Alex Coughlin, but losses to Jeff Cobb and Shane Haste. So another one kind of similar to the C block. Definitely very, very close at the top between those three competitors. But yeah, those are your current standings for all four blocks. Okay? Now, let's get into some different win conditions. All right? So, we're going to look at key win conditions on each of the blocks. And I want to give a shout out to my good friend Virtual Kazama for actually his help in supplying these win conditions. So shout out to you, bro. Okay, let's start with the A block. So for the A block, first let's look at Hikuleo. So for Hikuleo, his final match is against Shota Umino. Pretty much, he needs to defeat Shota Umino. Okay? That's his win condition. All he has to do is defeat Shota Umino. Okay? Now for Shota Umino needs to not only defeat Hikuleo, but also Kaito Kiyomiya has to either lose or draw. That's in order for Shota Umino to be able to advance. So he needs to beat Hikuleo, and then he needs help from Kaito Kiyomiya in the form of a loss or a draw. Okay? Next, Yota Tsuji. So for Yota Tsuji, this is a little tricky. So for Yota Tsuji, he needs to not only defeat Gabe Kidd, but a draw needs to happen between Hikuleo and Shota Umino, and Kaito Kiyomiya has to either lose or draw. That is the only way Yota Tsuji can advance. So let me repeat that. So in order for Yota Tsuji to win, he has to defeat Gabe Kidd. Hikuleo versus Shota Umino has to end in a draw. And Kaito Kiyomiya has to either lose or draw. So very, very difficult scenario for Yota Tsuji. Very difficult. Okay. Next, let's look at Gabe Kidd. Pretty much, Gabe Kidd is the exact same scenario as Yota Tsuji. The only difference is Gabe Kidd would have to defeat Yota Tsuji. Hikuleo and Shota Umino has to end in a draw. And they need Kaito Kiyomiya to either lose or draw. So exact same scenario with Gabe Kidd. It's just that Gabe Kidd just has to defeat Yota Tsuji. So that's how that goes. Now for Kaito Kiyomiya. Kaito Kiyomiya needs to... Here's the tricky one. He needs to defeat Ren Narita, and Shota Umino needs to win his match. Okay? He's got to defeat Ren Narita. That's his last match. And he needs Shota Umino to defeat Hikuleo. That's the only way that Kaito Kiyomiya can advance. And while I'm at it, let me go ahead and... Actually, I need to go ahead and put eliminated for Ren Narita, now that it's on my mind, because actually he doesn't have a chance, because he only has 4 points. Okay. So those are the scenarios for the A block. All right. Now for the B block. Let's go to the B block. So for the B block, like I said, we know that Okada has qualified. So for El Phantasmo, let's look at El Phantasmo. So he pretty much just needs to defeat Will Ospreay. If he can beat Will Ospreay, he's in. So beat Ospreay and he's in. Okay? Now for Will Ospreay, he has to either defeat El Phantasmo or force a draw. So either defeat El Phantasmo or force a draw. Now, here's the tough part. Here's the really tough part, because if Taichi, who has the Great Okan, if Taichi wins, then now see, hold up. Now that gets to be a little tricky, because if Taichi wins, then that means we have a three-way. That means we have a three-way tie. Yeah. Actually, if El Phantasmo wins and Taichi wins, then we'll have a three-way tie between Taichi, Will Ospreay, and El Phantasmo. And also, let's not forget Tangaloa. Oh, actually, if Tangaloa wins, then we'll have a four-way tie. Oh, man. Now, that's going to be interesting. That's going to be really interesting. So we could potentially, in the B block, get a four-way tie if Tangaloa, El Phantasmo, Taichi win their matches. So that'll be crazy. That'll be really, really crazy. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, that's the B block. Okay, for the C block. C block gets a little more complicated. So for the C block, let's look at Evil. So for Evil, he needs to either defeat Shingo or force a draw. That's his win scenario. He needs to either force a draw or defeat Shingo. Okay? Now for Shingo pretty much, he has to defeat Evil. It is a must. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. He has to defeat Evil, which is his final match. Okay? Alright, Eddie Kingston. He needs to pretty much defeat David Finlay. That's his scenario. He has to defeat David Finlay. He's got no choice. And then for David Finlay, he has to defeat Eddie Kingston. And then Tama Tonga, he needs to defeat Aaron Henare. So those are pretty straightforward, but you know, there's a lot that can happen, especially, you know, David Finlay, Evil, and Eddie Kingston all are tied at 8, and Kingston has his final match with Finlay, and Evil has his final match with Shingo. So it's going to get really, really interesting. And then Tama Tonga, you know, has his match with Aaron Henare. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. And then for the D block. Okay, so for the D block, so for Tetsuya Naito, he pretty much just needs to defeat Hiroshi Tanahashi. So, just plain and simple for him. Now for Hiroshi Tanahashi, this is where it gets complicated. He has to not only defeat Tetsuya Naito, but both Hiroki Goto and Jeff Cobb have to win their matches in order for Tanahashi to have a shot. So let me repeat. He has to not only defeat Tetsuya Naito, that's his final match, but he needs help from Hiroki Goto and Jeff Cobb winning their matches. So, very, very tricky for him. Alright, Hiroki Goto. Also a very tricky scenario. So, Hiroki Goto needs to not only defeat Zack Sabre Jr., but he needs Tanahashi and Jeff Cobb to lose their matches. Okay, let me repeat. Hiroki Goto has to defeat Zack Sabre Jr., and he needs help from Tanahashi and Cobb to lose their matches. So, very, very tricky. And Zack Sabre Jr., all he pretty much needs to do is outscore either Tetsuya Naito or Jeff Cobb. And a big way to do that is, of course, you know, winning his match, but also has to be sure that he finishes higher than either Jeff Cobb or Tetsuya Naito. So one of the two. At least one of the two. And then Jeff Cobb, all he has to do is defeat Shane Haste. Win his final match against Shane Haste. That's all he has to do. So, yeah, very, very tricky scenarios. But I tell you, it just goes to show that these final matches are really, really big. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting. But hey, that's how we know it's going to come down to the wire. It's going to get really intense. So, got to be ready for it. But yeah, so that's it for my coverage on the G1 Climax 33 current standings going into these final matches. And like I said, just to reiterate, the final A block matches will be tomorrow, August 5th. The final B block matches will be Sunday, August 6th. The final C block matches will be on Tuesday, August 8th. And then the final D block matches Wednesday, August 9th. So those are when the final matches are going to be. Okay, before we get into the N-1 Victory tournament preview, here's a quick word on the sponsor of this video, Game Beauty. As you continue to watch and enjoy Blitzball Champ gaming content here on the U to the Tube, be sure you take a moment to check out the link to the description for Game Beauty. Game Beauty offers a variety of video game themed makeup and cosmetic products. They offer items such as eyeshadow palettes, elemental pearl highlighters, eyeshadow brushes, and even non-makeup items such as these graphic t-shirts. They also have collaboration items like this Persona 5 Royal Limited Edition makeup collection, as you can see here, which you can get it as a full collection, or you can get different bundles of this collection as well as different pieces separately. Also, Game Beauty offers free domestic and international shipping to most countries for orders over $60. And be sure to use the promo code blitzball_champ, all in caps, and you can get 10% off of your order. So be sure to take advantage of that nice little discount. And now, back to our regularly scheduled video. Enjoy. Okay, so the Pro Wrestling Noah N-1 Victory 2023 tournament. Like I said, it's another round robin style tournament. And there's only two blocks. There's an A block and a B block. Tournament kicks off this Sunday, August 6th. And just wanted to give a quick rundown of, first of all, here's the schedule. So the schedule, so this Sunday, August 6th, it'll be in the Yokohama Budokan. August 9th, 10th, and 11th, which is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, will be at Korakuen Hall. And then they'll resume on the 19th and 20th of August, which is in Sapporo. Okay. And then August 26th, they'll be in Sendai at the Sendai PIT. That's on a Saturday. August 27th will be at the Culttz Kawasaki. Not sure where that is, but that's on a Sunday. And then the finals of this tournament will be in Osaka on September 3rd. That's on a Sunday at the Edion Osaka First Arena. So that's your schedule, and I'll put a link in the description for the full schedule, or actually no, I can list it. It's fine. I'll just list it. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at the first matchups of N-1 Victory, which will be this Sunday. So let's take a look. Alrighty. So we got our first matchups from the A block and for the B block. All 16 competitors from both blocks competing this Sunday. So let's take a look, starting with the A block. Start from the bottom. Masa Kitamiya versus Yuki Yoshioka. I think Masa Kitamiya will pick up that first victory. I'm gonna pull for him. We got Jack Morris versus Yoshiki Inamura. I could see that one going either way. I'll go for Jack Morris. Why not? And then we got, KENOH versus Adam Brooks. Oh, man. Adam Brooks, somebody I've been seeing a lot of and via DPW. Oh, man. I like both these guys, and part of me kind of wants Adam Brooks to win, but I think KENOH ends up taking it. But I would not be mad if Adam Brooks won. I like the dude, so. And then, this ought to be really good. We got Jake Lee versus Timothy Thatcher. Oh, man, this ought to be really good. This ought to be really, really good. I think Jake Lee's going to take it, but I would not be mad if Timothy Thatcher won. I like both guys, so. Yeah, that should be really, really good match. Okay, and then for the B block, we got, starting from the bottom, Katsuhiko Nakajima versus Manabu Soya. Should be a really good match, actually. But I'm going to pick Katsuhiko Nakajima to pick up the victory. And then we got, Lance Anoa'i versus Yuma Anzai. That should be an interesting matchup. Gonna go at Lance Anoa'i. Okay. And then we got Hijo del Dr. Wagner Jr. versus Daiki Inaba. Probably gonna have to go with Dr. Wagner Jr. Yeah, I'm gonna go with him. And then we got a very interesting matchup. Go Shiozaki versus Saxon Huxley. Of course, Saxon Huxley I've seen quite a bit through NXT UK. And Go Shiozaki, I mean, I've known for a long while. I don't know. This is a tough one. This is a really, really tough one. I'm going to have to go with probably Go Shiozaki. But I wouldn't be mad if Saxon Huxley won. I wouldn't be mad. But we'll see what happens. Definitely quite a lineup to kick off this tournament. Like, I like what they got here. I really do. Some very exciting matchups. Like I said, I've never watched a N-1 victory tournament, so this will be my first. And, you know, I got Wrestle Universe, so I'm looking so forward to getting around to checking out this tournament. Should be really good. I can't wait. But anyway, I dropped my remote. Outtake. Anyway, that'll do it for this video. Like I said, a lot to look forward to. Finishing up the block matches for G1 Climax 33. N-1 victory tournament starting off. I know we still got the 5-star Grand Prix going. We're still early in that. Of course, we still got to do my review of Seriism Chapter 2. I need to watch that. So, still got a lot to do. But, anyways, that'll do it for this video. Don't forget to check out the link to Game Beauty. And also, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. And let me know what your thoughts are. Who do y'all think will be the final qualifiers out of the G1 Climax 33 to advance to the winner's block? We know we have Okada. We know we have Sonata. Who else do you think will make it to the winner's block? And are you looking forward to the Pro Wrestling Noah N-1 Victory Tournament? Let me know what your thoughts are. And who do you think's going to win it? Who do you have your eyes on? Who do you think's going to win it? Anyway, thank y'all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. For another pro wrestling talk brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the Tube. My name is Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. I hope everybody has a blessed weekend, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Take care. Peace out.